Hello, my name is Melissa and I am so excited for this video. I am so happy that we get to dive into the new Urban Decay Naked Palette. Well, the not so new Urban Decay Naked Palette. I have had the original since 2012. And it's funny enough, maybe a week or two before finding out that this palette was going to be revamped and come back out, I was thinking to myself, like, it would be nice to be able to use this again. There are some things I want to cover first. As always, there are timestamps and links and everything down below. So if you want to skip around, if you want to jump to certain portions of this video, I will not be offended because I will not know. So it's totally fine. If you like reviews, be sure to let me know by liking this video. Do you have the Naked Palette? Did you purchase this originally? Did you purchase the new one? I want to know all of the things. Tell me. I am very active in the comments, so let me know your thoughts. And if you want to see how I did this makeup look actually today, be sure to subscribe because it is the very next video coming out. I'm gonna start off with my Naked Palette. This is my original from 2012. And you're gonna see more close-ups and whatnot because we're gonna do swatches and we're gonna do all the things today. But I wanted to start off by talking to you about what this palette actually means to me. I have a box of sentimental makeup and this was in it. Just very quickly, I became a mom at 22 in 2007. So right out of college, I found out I was pregnant my last semester in college, had him in the fall. So as you can imagine, it gets a little tough financially when you are trying to get out into the world with a new baby and what have you. So me and makeup, as much as I loved makeup, it was all of it was very much a luxury. There was no such thing as luxury makeup to me. It was all a luxury. And in 2012, I purchased this bad boy for $44. And I remember at the time having to move, you know, make the dollars make sense in order for me to even buy this palette. And now I'm in a place in my life where I'm able to shop a bit more freely, a little bit more, not that much more, but a bit more. And so it just reminds me of a time when it was just me and my oldest together surviving, and really means a lot to me. So the fact that I'll be able to use this again all these years later, 12 years later, now married with children and what have you, in a totally different place in my life, it just feels like this particular palette has traveled with me as I grew up, basically. Let's go ahead and open up the new palette. So there she is. Flip her back and there she is, nice and pretty. Here's the old palette, my original, and here's the new original right here. This is actually like the third release of the Naked Palette. So way back when, in 2010, when this palette was released, it included the mini primer potion. This is a mini as well, but the tube actually looked like a bottle of potion. And it was a super light pink, sort of like the pink, purple, sort of like what's here. And it also included, instead of a brush at the bottom, it actually included a 24/7 liner. So on one end was Zero, which was like their ultra matte black, and on the other side was Whiskey, which was their brown. So that was the original 2010 launch. So in 2012-ish, which is when I bought this palette, it did include still the mini primer potion and a brush, like this sort of flat shadow brush. So one of the biggest differences that you'll notice is that back then it was $44 and now I paid on Sunday $59 for the palette. I did see when Trend Mood posted this, there were quite a few people upset that this is now basically $60, and I decided to just take a look and I just Googled what was $44 in 2010 Like what would that be now? And it's actually $63.50. So it's on par with inflation, unfortunately. I don't see how 14 years later, I mean, you can't even get eggs at the same price you did 2 years ago. So forget 14 years ago. There you have it. Now let's go ahead and get into size differences, colors, formulas, weight, all of that stuff right now. As you can see here, it says Urban Decay Naked, the original and limited edition. Just looking at everything because I literally just got this today. So we are exploring together. And here we are. Just looking at both Naked palettes. Here, the new one is a little bit darker, but that could also be because this one is, whew, as opposed to a brand new Naked palette. Also, the new palette, which is here, is heavier than the original. So I'm not sure why that is. So one thing as far as size is concerned is that the original, you'll see on the back, it says 12 shades at 0.05 ounces each, which actually makes the pans bigger than the new one. Don't know if you're going to be able to see that. On the back it says, you know, 12 pans times 0.035 ounces, so just a little bit smaller. All right, so let's get into the brush here. So it is dual-ended and it looks like a eyeshadow brush on one side, like eyeshadow, like a lid on one side, and you know, your blending brush on the other. Let's just do a quick overview of things that we can actually see. Original Sin is a bit pinkier to me than the new Sin. New Sidecar actually looks more golden, has more of a punch to it than the original Sidecar. Smog, new Smog is definitely more vibrant as well, but this is a very old palette. Posted looks the same-ish, but I feel like the biggest difference and the biggest surprise to me, right? Because I would expect the new palette to look better, to look healthier, and it's also reformulated, but I'm not sure why the color difference is so vastly different on Hustle. So I am looking forward to seeing other people's reviews of the new Naked palette, because Hustle looks more mauvey. Hustle is more my speed when it comes to those like beautiful mauvey taupey type colors. I just wanted a more revamped version, not different colors though. When coming to Creep and Gunmetal, this is what I mean. Like, they're a bit more vibrant. There's more glitter to them, so I'm not mad at that. Let's go ahead with swatches. going to use this palette the same way I did way back when I first had it. I'm going to use the same colors from back then. And why not use the primer potion, right? So we're going to start with Toasted right here. For a split second, I'm like, wait, am I using the right palette? Oh my God, can you imagine? Okay. And then I would take a fluffy brush and I would use Buck all over the crease. This brush in particular, the brush that it came with, like, look at that, like really dug into it. And I really didn't even like press into it that much. It's funny because it looks so cool tone, and I don't think that I thought that this was cool tone at all. Like, I've definitely, 2024 me is like not a huge fan of Buck. It's a little too gray for me. I will say though, there's like no fallout for as much as it like kicked up a ton of. And then when I want it to be a little spicy, I would take Hustle and put that in my inner V. So, but this, I was doing a whole lot of this. So they all are starting to like smear together. That's because Hustle isn't the color that it used to be. Okay, I can tell you right now, I hate this look, but we're gonna keep pushing forward. And I know that I hate this look because when I used to do this back in the day, again, Hustle was totally different, but these two shades are so close now. Do you see that? So this is Buck and this is Hustle. And then this is the old Buck and the old Hustle. So the eye look is getting a bit muddled together. Maybe it's just me. Do I think that's a formula issue? No, it's a color issue. So that means that I would need a different brown, or I would have to use Hustle in a different look. Like, I can't do the same look that I did before. And that's okay. We'll do more looks. I would also put Naked. Do you guys remember that? Like, if you're around my age, if you're a millennial, we put like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I have it, but I'll put it here. I would put Naked Lunch by MAC in my brow bone, which is like a shimmery Naked Lunch. I would compare it to like Sin. Like, what? I was really putting that like all over my brow bone like a crazy person. So we'll just do a little bit, and my eyebrows aren't done because this palette came early before my appointment and I didn't want to wait. That looks insane. Look at that. That's how I would do my makeup. So I am going to finish up my makeup. I will do my eyeliner, my mascara, and we will have our final thoughts on this palette. Don't judge me, but the more I look at this makeup, I'm like, I think I really like it. The last thing that I would do, I just remembered, is I would put Sidecar in my inner tear duct, because we used to do, if you're around my age, again, if you're a millennial, we used to put the bling inner corner of our eyes, our nose, Cupid's bow, just those MAC highlighters, you know, had us in quite the chokehold. So we're gonna do that. Oh my God, I really used to do this. Wow. And we are done. I did put a little bit of Hustle under the eye, but anyway, that is it. So I don't care. I like it. I love this palette if for no other reason. It's just like the bestie that finally came back to visit me. Actually, let me zoom you guys out. How about that? So final thoughts. Urban Decay as a whole, I'm not sure what happened. I don't know who is on their creative team anymore, but I used to have Naked 1, Naked 2, Naked 3. I had the smoked palette, not the smoky palette that looked like this, but like the one that you can zipper. I love that thing so much that I ended up like depotting it, and then I forgot to buy the Z palette to go in it, and they just went to shit. So I also had Naked Basics 1. That one I used a lot. It was a cool tone girly before I even knew it. But would I recommend this palette to my friends? Absolutely. These are still really great shades, really great wearable shades. Is it missing a crease shade that I would use now in 2024? Yes, but every other shade in here, especially the shimmers, are really beautiful. I totally get it that this was $44, but we're also now paying like $70 for this. We're in part of a world where we're paying, you know, $130 for this. So yes, $59 is a lot, but you're also getting 12 eyeshadows. Do you need to run out and buy it? No. If you are in the market and you happen to see this in store and you are interested and it's in your budget, yes, why not? But all in all, I personally am happy that I picked up this palette again, that I get to use it again. I think we'll have to use this more. Today's Melissa has to use this more in a totally different way. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to like this video down below. Leave me a comment letting me know, did you use this in the past? Are you picking this up? What do you think of this like really crazy eye look? And also be sure to subscribe so you can see how I did this makeup look. Maybe you like that. But until next time, I hope you are taking care of yourself. I hope you're having a great day, evening, whenever you are watching this. And until next time, I will see you soon. Bye.